If you guys haven't watched Marvel Zombies yet, make sure to go watch all those episodes, unless you want spoilers, but I'd highly recommend go watch the 4 episodes on Disney Plus, and then come back to this video right afterwards. What's going on, guys? Arjun here, and today we're taking a deep dive into Marvel Zombies, specifically into what must be true. The Nova Corps are still alive. So what do we know about Marvel Zombies? Well, we know... Oh my god. So what do we know about Marvel Zombies? Well, we know that it takes place roughly in the same timeline, time-wise, not reality-wise. Because we know there's the whole zombie epidemic, which is awful. But there are some plus sides to it, to things that now have to be true in mainstream MCU. In episodes 3 and 4, we saw that the Nova Corps are still alive. Now, we know Thanos went to get the stones and ended up on Earth, ended up as a zombie, which is weird. And then the whole Wakanda event happened, which screwed up the atmosphere and all that, all the nerdy stuff that people love talking about that I don't have the brain capacity to explain. So we know Thanos got the stones. We know he got one of the stones, the Power Stone, by going to Xandar, and as you can see in this clip, explained by Thor.
There's 6 stones out there. Thanos already has the Power Stone because he stole it last week. He decimated Xandar.
So we know that in the mainstream MCU, Thanos decimated Xandar to get an Infinity Stone. And we know that in Marvel Zombies, Thanos has that stone. He has the Power Stone. He has the Reality Stone. He's been to nowhere. He's been to Xandar. He's decimated the planet. We know that Marvel Zombies, or the main timeline of it, except for all the flashbacks, is 5 years afterwards. That means in the 5 years between Thanos obtaining the stones and then the mainstream story, Xandar and the Nova Corps have rebuilt itself. The Nova Corps is back across the galaxy. They've somehow found out about the zombie epidemic on Earth. In that 5 years, that technically, or should mean, that in the 5 years between Thanos getting the stones and the mainstream story, and having the similar timeline between mainstream MCU from Infinity War to now mainstream MCU, Xandar and the Nova Corps must have been rebuilding. So we know at some point in Zombies, the Nova Corps probably got that message, came down to the planet, or around the planet, the system, the Milky Way, and quarantined it from the rest of the galaxy to make sure nowhere else got that zombie virus. Hence why my boy Icarus was fighting Captain Marvel, making sure she didn't go to the other planets and absolutely wreck them. Because we've seen what Captain Marvel's done to flipping Thanos' ship in Endgame. She could rip straight through the Nova Corps, and my boy Icarus, heavily damaged, taking on Captain Marvel. Bro, Icarus is a hero, man. Nah, the glaze I've seen on Icarus recently is mental, but Icarus is sick anyway.
Zombie.
Negative. The being is inorganic and heavily damaged. That is a zombie.
But yeah, that means that in mainstream MCU now, the Nova Corps would have rebuilt itself. Xandar is roughly back on its feet after it being absolutely destroyed by Thanos. But Marvel Zombies has revealed this amazing thing to us, and I find that it's so cool that we're finding out about this not from a Marvel movie, not from a main show, but from an animated show. We're finding out what would make more sense, because it's a very similar timeline. That order of events definitely happened up until Thanos becoming a zombie, and that's the only place Thanos would have gotten the stone. So logically, Xandar and the Nova Corps are alive in mainstream MCU. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.